Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and today we are watching episode 7 of season 4 of Supernatural. So, I am hopeful, but I am also pretty sure that this time we'll get something more conventional. I mean, you can't keep this streak going forever, can you? And the previous episode was very funny, like a very comedic episode. So I'm expecting a somewhat more normal supernatural episode this time around. But man, oh man, has this season been great so far with the whole apocalypse and like the angels, and it's been momentous. And then we had like the slightly more conventional episode with the guy who was very, 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 very hungry. And then 2 episodes ago, we had the monster movie spectacular with the guy playing Dracula was amazing. The shapeshifter. That was so much fun. And the previous episode when Dean was being very scared. And it was really good. Like, it surprised me how, like I said after the previous episode, like we haven't really seen Dean being played in that kind of way, like being silly. Like when Dean is played for laughs, it's usually done to like make fun of how cool he is. But yeah, it was this ghost who infected people with fear. The episode was titled Yellow Fever, which is actually a real disease. But we dealt with it, and we also got some more world building, or maybe not world building, I don't know what term to use, but shall we say seasonal story progression in the form of Dean's hallucinations. Like, Dean is scared of what Sam is turning into. And Dean saw a flash of, like, I think the eyes were yellow, as in yellow eyes, as in Azazel. I think that was it. I mean, it's a bit hard considering I'm colorblind, but you know. And we also got the information from Lilith. Dean remembers what happened in hell. I don't know if that's a fear. I don't think it's a fear he has, that he's afraid of remembering what's happened in hell. I think he actually does remember. And he's desperately trying to, like, push those memories down and not let them affect him. Because as she put it, 4 months, which it was for Sam, and like in the above world, 4 months on the surface means 40 years in hell. So 1 day alive is like 121 days or something in hell, which is crazy. And I do not understand how Dean could be sane if that was the case. Like, you could argue that Lilith appearing is like something he's afraid of because she's the one who sent him to hell, and the things she was saying, like, but at the same, like, everything that happened there was like constructed from Dean's mind. So he can only be afraid of things he knows or things that he knows he doesn't know. You know? So everything that was like part of his hallucinations came from him. There was no like outside agent influencing that. So I think that despite Lilith being a hallucination, what Lilith said was the truth. And then we got that tiny thing at the end where Sam was asking Dean if he, like, what he saw in his hallucinations. And there was this like little flash that looked kind of like yellow eyes on Sam. I think that was just a callback. That was just like, remember the stuff that was happening during Dean's hallucinations. And that it happened there was just like a trick of the light, but we're meant to interpret it as remember what Dean is afraid of. So yeah, we've had like 1 conventional supernatural episode this season, and we're on episode 7. So yes, I am expecting a more normal supernatural episode this time around. But maybe it will also have some seasonal story mixed in. I can't wait to find out, so let's go do that. As always, before I start, I just want to mention the Patreon. Link is in the description. On the Patreon, I do full episode reactions. They're not edited down like here on YouTube. So check that out if you want to. But with that said, let's get into episode 7. Haha! This is very appropriate. 2 days before Halloween. It's a bit further from Halloween currently, but it's the 15th that when I'm recording this. 15th October. So we're close to Halloween. Very appropriate. So are we doing Samhain?
Last year, we ran out at 6:30. There we go.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. What horrible things is going to befall this family, I wonder. Obviously, it's going to be him, because I don't think Supernatural would kill a baby. Or is it witches? Oh, razors in the candy. But wasn't the candy piece too small to include a razor? I think so. Yeah, this is magical.
Luke, what's taking you so long?
Luke's not home right now. At the moment, I am suspecting witches. Or pagan god. Like Samhain.
You swallowed 4 of them. How's that even possible?
Magic, I would guess.
The candy was never in the oven.
Look.
We just have to be thorough.
Oh, they're thinking witches as well, because Dean is looking for a hex bag. We're on the same page here, guys. I love it.
More than you might imagine.
There it is. Call it.
Don't you think they'd find a better way than a razor in a piece of candy he might eat?
Maybe, but then again, you know. It's the Great Pumpkin, Sam Winchester. Is that a Snoopy reference?
That guy
Dean. Oh, he's brave.
isn't your typical hex bag.
No? Oh, yeah?
Gold thread. An herb that's been extinct for 200 years. And this...
Oh, my.
That is the charred metacarpal bone of a newborn baby.
Oh, it's Luke Wallace? He was so vanilla that he made vanilla seem spicy. I can't find any reason why somebody would want this guy dead.
Sacrifices to Samhain, maybe? Has a really short skirt.
Okay, bobbing for apples is lame.
Oh, come on, it's Halloween.
Lame. I stand corrected.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't so bad.
Wow.
No,
She can really hold her breath.
she's drowning, dude. Maybe do something. She's being held down.
Help me!
See, this lends more credence to my idea that the killings are not aimed at any specific targets, that it's more sacrifices. Because, like, we've had one, this is the second, and I do not see how these two victims are connected. Is the water boiling? Holy moly! How do you even explain that? Like, it wasn't connected, it's just like a barrel.
Your friend didn't happen to know a man named Luke Wallace? Agent Seeger, FBI.
Ah, first name Bob.
Who's Luke Wallace?
There's no reason for a wicked bitch payback.
Maybe because it's not about that.
Exactly. Some ritual or something.
3
Okay.
blood sacrifices over 3 days. The last before midnight on the final day of the final harvest. If I'm right, this witch is summoning a demon. And not just any demon. Samhain.
Hey, there he is.
And it was Samhain's night. I mean, masks were put on to
I don't know.
hide from him, sweets left on doorsteps to appease him.
I don't know.
Only now, instead of demons and blood orgies, Halloween is all about kids, candy, and costumes.
I know of Samhain as like a god. A pagan god, not a demon.
As he's raised, Samhain can do some raising of his own.
Raising what exactly?
Dark, evil crap, and lots of it. I mean, they follow
Okay.
him around like the friggin' Pied Piper.
Sounds like fun.
By night's end, we are talking every awful thing we've ever seen. Everything we
Ah.
fight. All in one place.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Dean, leave it. Yeah, not feeling all that great, huh?
Quit whining.
No, son of a bitch.
I guess it's her. She's a babysitter. She was lying when she said she didn't know him.
Well, if you were a 600-year-old hag and you could pick any costume to come back in, wouldn't you go for a hot cheerleader? I would.
The man has a point. What?
Apparently, she got into a violent altercation with one of her teachers. Got suspended from school.
Okay, so maybe the teacher is the third target. And she's going after people for petty nonsense reasons, you know. Oh? How are you doing, Dean?
Now that brings back memories.
Dude, I need a bigger kiln.
Indeed, that's an impressive bong.
I was only trying to rap with her about her work. It had gotten inappropriate and disturbing.
No, oh, he's a cool teacher. Cool teacher.
There were the drawings. Detailed images of killings. Gory, primitive.
Isn't this a little too obvious?
Her apartment?
Yeah, she got here about a year ago alone. As I
Yeah, I
understand,
mean,
as an
come on.
emancipated teen.
This is too obvious. It's gotta be this guy, right? Because, like, it's still early in the episode, and, like, he just, like, basically went down the checklist and just, like, marked everything off.
Sorry, kid, we can't help you.
I want candy.
You don't need
I
candy.
think you've had enough.
Giving him the evil eye.
Who are you? Sam, wait!
Oh. Hi, Castiel. What's going on here? So this is probably apocalypse related.
Glad to hear you've ceased your extracurricular activities.
Yeah. Uriel. Okay.
Apparently the witch knows who you are, too. This was inside the wall.
So we have Uriel as well, okay? That is one of the archangels, I think. Like, archangels differ, like if it's Eastern Orthodox or if it's like Catholic or like Methodist. Like, it's
6 seals.
there's a lot of different variations depending on which version of the Bible you're working with. Also, like in Judaism, there's lots of different. Islam.
We are not omniscient. This witch is very powerful. She's cloaked even to our methods.
Okay, we already know
Okay.
who she is.
But do you, though? It seems too easy.
He's what you might call a specialist.
Oh, yeah? What does that mean?
Both of you need to leave this town immediately.
Okay.
Why?
Because we're about to destroy
He's a specialist, huh? Time for some mass murder. Time to go Old Testament.
This witch has to die. The seal must be saved.
There are 1,000 people here.
1,214.
And you're
Yeah.
willing to kill them all?
There's like 7 billion in the world.
Lucifer cannot rise. He does, and hell rises with him. Is that something that you're willing to risk?
Hint, because you remember what hell is like? Castiel knows.
You're angels. I mean, aren't you supposed to... You're supposed to show mercy.
Says who?
We have no choice.
The Bible, maybe?
Never questioned a crap order, huh? What are you both, just a couple of hammers?
Look, even if you can't,
Yeah, I think they are.
plan is just.
How could you even say that?
Because it comes from heaven. That makes it just.
Yeah. History is written by the victors, after all.
We'll drag you out of here myself.
Yeah, but you'll have to kill me. Then we're back to the same problem.
Yeah, I mean, could just raise you again, I guess.
We will find that witch, and we will stop the summoning.
I don't think you will, though.
Enough.
Because, like, I am very skeptical that we are going to succeed in avoiding the apocalypse. Because it just seems that that's the way things are going. Like, things have to get worse before they get better. If we're going for a big showdown, I've seen comments suggesting that, or saying that, like, the first 5 seasons were conceived as, like, one whole thing. And wouldn't it make sense then for Lucifer to be season 5? You know?
Well, I tried to tell you.
I thought they'd be righteous.
Well, they are, because they come from heaven.
Of course, there's nothing more dangerous than some a-hole who thinks he's on a holy mission.
Ain't that the truth? Preach, brother.
Just because there's a couple of bad apples doesn't mean the whole barrel's rotten.
That's
For
also
all we
true.
know, God hates these jerks.
But Uriel is a specialist. It seemed to me that Castiel was a lot more hesitant about all of this than Uriel. And Castiel is like, it seems that he's trying to convince himself that what we're doing is just because the orders came from heaven, and that makes it just. And he's kind of on the fence himself, you know. Uriel, not so much, because he's a specialist, and as Dean puts it, he's a hammer, looking for some nails.
Well, you can figure out a way to find this witch, or you're just gonna sit there fingering your bone.
Ah, very clever, Dean.
It would take to char a bone like this, Dean?
No.
A lot. I mean, more than a fire or something.
Yeah, like the kiln, like the art teacher. Because the art teacher dude handed them this girl on a silver platter.
That hex bag turned up in our room, not after we talked to Tracy.
After we talked to the teacher.
Yeah.
Hey.
There you go.
Oh my God. Those are all from children.
You shouldn't call them that.
Oh, that's what they are. Savages.
Well,
Slumming on
your
2 legs.
boss made them in his image, so maybe shut up.
There's a reason we were sent to save him. He has potential. He may succeed here.
Yeah, I'm guessing not. I'm guessing they will, like, succeed in defeating the witch, but it will be too late.
You know our true orders.
Oh, yeah?
Are you prepared to disobey?
Yeah, that's what Lucifer did. Didn't go well for him. Yeah, Tracy is the last target. Dude, you're being pervy. Well, success, apparently.
Did you see what he was doing? Did you hear him?
Yeah, we heard him.
How sloppy his incantation was?
Ooh. Bruh, that's a nice twist. So she was involved, huh?
Spell work's a two-man job, you understand?
No, I don't.
600 years I had to deal with that pompous son of a bitch.
Why did you have to wait 600 years, though? Why did you have to do it now?
Well, tonight you'll all see what Halloween really is.
What are you doing? Just follow my lead.
Oh, is he gonna hide? This is unfortunate. Now we have to stop Samhain, and I'm certain that we will succeed in doing that. But the seal has already been broken, so it's like kind of too late. He's gonna break your neck.
Your beauty is beyond time.
There you go. And he's not gonna see Sam and Dean because they covered their faces. Must have been something that Sam read when he was reading up on the lore.
What the hell was that?
Halloween lore. People used to wear masks to hide from him.
Oh,
So I gave it a shot.
that's a very quick and dirty mask.
Where are we gonna find this Luke?
Where would you go to raise all the dark forces of the night?
The cemetery.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
So this demon's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Might take more than the usual weapons.
No, Sam, don't.
But don't even think about it. Ruby's knife is enough.
Why?
Well, because the angel said so, for one.
Speaking of the angels, can't you call them in somehow? Where are they currently? They wanted to wipe out the entire town, but can't they just like show up and deal with this demon? They've had great success in dealing with demons previously. Feels like they would be an asset here. If for no other reason than just to make it 4-on-1. Hey, Justin. It's not the cops. It's something way worse. It's your art teacher. See ya, kids.
Don, you locked us in.
For a reason, so you can't escape. Oh my goodness!
Dude, you're not going on for long. Do it! Stand back!
Sam has gotten really like very decisive, very commanding in the time he spent by himself. He kind of got used to being in charge.
Bring it on, Stinky.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, now Sam is by himself. He's gonna use his power stuff.
Yeah. That demon ray gun stuff?
Yeah, it doesn't work on him. Lilith tried that as well. Oh, ghost this time.
Zombie ghost orgy, huh? Well, that's it. I'm torching everybody.
He's had enough. Oh, man. You're not supposed to be doing this, Sam. I don't appreciate this. Not even slightly. I'm really concerned about this. You're gonna burst a vessel and freaking die from I don't know, man.
That demon would have killed me and my brother and everyone. You
have a point.
Had to.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing that matters. You were told not to and you didn't do it. You have to obey.
The second you become more trouble than you're worth, one word, one, and I will turn you to dust.
I don't like you, Uriel. I prefer Castiel. He's a bit more friendly.
Ask Dean what he remembers from hell.
Ooh, yes, please do. I want to see what happens. Is Dean meeting up with... Yeah, Dean is going to be meeting up with Castiel now. Sam got a visit from Uriel, who's way less friendly. And then Dean and Castiel.
Our orders were not to stop the summoning of Samhain. They were to do whatever you told us to do.
Ooh.
It was a test.
That's what Castiel meant when he told Uriel, like, remember our true orders.
Battlefield conditions, you might say.
Oh, battlefield conditions, huh?
Who's a witch? Not that offensive.
Like, it's a miniature version, because here's the thing, like, Samhain was supposed to, like, raise dead monsters, whatever. He was supposed to bring, like, demons with him. And as Castiel said, like, when Lucifer rises, hell rises with him. So, like, they're testing him. This was like a miniature version of the apocalypse that's gonna happen eventually. They want to make sure that he is ready for it when it comes, because they've chosen him as their leader. Kind of in the same way that Azazel chose Sam to be the leader for demons. I wonder if there's something there.
They're all my father's creations. They're works of art.
Yeah, not mud monkeys like Uriel called them.
I'm not a hammer, as you say.
No, it doesn't seem like it. Uriel seems to be a hammer.
I have doubts.
It's not a good look for an angel, dude.
I don't know what is right and what is wrong anymore.
And that's definitely not a good look for an angel. You're not supposed to question, you're supposed to follow and have faith. And now he's gone. He Batman's out. Okay, so that was episode 7. Man, it seems like every episode is consequential in this season. In some way or another. Like, either it's a seasonal story or it's something special where they, like, do a themed episode. Or, yeah, something different, you know? Like, here's the thing. If I'm right, I don't know if I am, and I don't want to know if I am. Please don't tell me. I'm just thinking out loud. But if I'm right, I think that Azazel's plan was to raise Lucifer, as I've talked about previously. You know, like his end game was a heck of a lot bigger than that, as he said, like in the trip to the past, that the angels really want to know, and we're in this season where like where the end goal is the apocalypse. That Lilith is trying to start the apocalypse, then that means that Azazel was working for Lucifer. Like, he might be doing it on his own for some unknown reason, but like in functionally, he's working for Lucifer. And he made, like, selected these kids to be like part of his master race, or whatever we want to call them, in order to have a general for the upcoming battle. And like, we were supposed to think, like back in season 2, that opening the gates to hell was like his end game, but it wasn't. He said as much. And maybe that was also supposed to be like a trial, like to see what Sam in this case were to be like under battlefield conditions, you know. And now we have the same thing for Dean, where like God and the angels and like heaven have chosen him to be their champion. And I don't know why. And I don't know if I'm correct in the first place, but like, it feels that that's the thing, because like Cassiel said so. Like, this was a test, we were supposed to follow your orders, and to see how you did under like battlefield conditions. I don't know. I think I'm onto something here, but I don't know what that is yet. And as always, I don't want to know. I'm just thinking out loud, so like, to let you guys know what I'm thinking as I'm watching this. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a secret or something, but it feels fairly obvious, considering I know what you guys in the comments have been telling me, that the showrunner, Kripke, conceived of this as like, initially conceived of this as a 5-season show. It seems to me that this theme that was in this episode, where we're like trying to prevent a seal from being broken, and the act of raising Samhain in this situation was the trigger for the breaking of the seal. We fail to stop it, the seal gets broken, and then we stop Samhain. I think that's like going to keep happening. If this is season 4, we need to get Lucifer free. That seems like the cliffhanger at the end of the season. And then the last season is the apocalypse, in essence, and we fight Lucifer. I don't know how we do that for an entire season, but I'm sure that there will be ways to do that. But like, it seems that that's where we're going. It's very appropriate to have this episode now, considering I'm closing in on Halloween. I like how obvious it was from the get-go. My initial thought was witch, and like, then you see Dean looking around for the hex bag. I'm learning is what my takeaway from this. Maybe it's too much to ask, but what did you think? Did you think witch as well when it happened? Like, I was thinking witch because it's kind of the same thing that happened. It was the woman in the bathroom, like in the episode with the witches, who her teeth were starting to fall out. And then there was the guy with eating the burger, and it was replaced with maggots. Like, this seemed like very much the same kind of deal. So what did you think it was witches when you first saw it? Maybe you don't remember, but because it feels that way, doesn't it? That we as viewers will learn as well, become like honorary hunters in a way. The twist that it was both of them was also great, because like, when you're that early into the episode and you get like this guy who just like points a giant neon sign at like, yeah, it's her, she's the bad guy. It seemed too easy, because, you know, there is like a formula to this, to how do we do this. Like, case starts, then the boys come into town, they start investigating, it escalates, someone else dies, or like something else happens that worsens the situation. We have an initial suspect, usually not that that is the problem. And then, like, as we learn more, we find the real culprit and deal with it. So, like, that is, like, the basic story structure. And I like it when they subvert that, when they do stuff we don't expect. Like in this case, where it was the first suspect we thought of, but it was more than that. It was something different. It was like a twist to it, and I really enjoyed that. This was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. I'm starting to like wonder if there's going to be any like normal episodes in this season whatsoever. These episodes have been great so far. And I can't wait for the next one. But that is for a different day. For today, I am done, and I thank you very much for joining me. So until next time, do take care of yourselves, and peace out.